Hello, everyone. I'm Ann McGill coming to you from the Live 5 First Alert Desk, and we have some breaking news for you right now. We want to let you know that authorities have captured Gerard Price. We're showing you his picture right now. This is 43-year-old Gerard Price. He was captured this morning in New York by agents with the Federal Bureau of Investigation and officers with the New York Police Department. Now, Gerard Price, you will probably remember his name and maybe his face. He was a convicted killer who was released early from prison in South Carolina back in March. But that early release order was then overturned in April by the South Carolina Supreme Court. At that point, when Gerard Price did not return to prison, then authorities named him as a fugitive. But again, he was captured this morning in New York by FBI and NYPD agents. We have a news release from the South Carolina Department of Corrections, and it reads in part, upon his return to South Carolina, Price will be taken to Kirkland Reception and Evaluation Center in Columbia, where he will remain until his permanent custody placement is determined. Any issues involving safety will be addressed during this process. Now, a little bit of background here on Price and this whole situation. He had been convicted of a murder, and he was serving a long sentence for that murder. We do have this story on our website if you want to also find that information. So Gerard Price was serving a sentence for murder. He was convicted of killing a man from Charleston. That murder happened in a different location, but the man he murdered was someone who grew up here in the Charleston area. His family was very upset when they learned that Gerard Price had been released by a judge's order back in March because he had given some information to authorities on an escaped inmate. So that is why he got the early release. So his family was very upset when they found out about it. They contacted authorities. The situation was taken to the Supreme Court, and that is when that early release order was overturned. So he was convicted back in 2002 of shooting Charleston native Carl Smalls Jr. to death. That happened in Columbia. He was released March, 16 years early, for his 35-year prison sentence. Again, his family very upset about all of this information. So his parents talked with the Attorney General. They determined that this was not the best decision. The courts overturned that early release order, and then Gerard Price was ordered back to prison, but he did not return. So he has now been considered a fugitive from the law since March, when that new issue came out back in April, overturning his early release. But now he is back in prison. Live 5 will have more updates on this story for you coming up on Live 5 News on air beginning at 4 this afternoon and all through the evening. We will be updating this story for you. But again, some breaking news for you right now. 43-year-old Gerard Price, who was released from prison early at the orders of the court, but then that release overturned by the courts, has now been captured in New York. We'll have more details coming up for you on air and online. I'm Ann McGill with this special report.